All right, let's hit the field.
All right.
Just wanted to talk, that's all.
Welcome to May Baseball, Game 3 between the Yankees and the Orioles. Tough challenge for the struggling Yankees bats. Corbin Burnes on the mound for Baltimore. Would the Yankees bats be able to recover? My recap, your reactions coming up next. This is NYY Recaps.
Welcome to Yankee Stadium.
Just when they thought I was out. Hey, pull me back, kid.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. I had a baseball coach one time that said, if you can't out-hit them, out-pitch them. Baseball wisdom, but that's exactly what the Yankees did tonight. I don't know about you guys, but I woke up this morning. I wake up around 6:30 in the morning. That's about when my cats start to get hungry, and they meow and meow, and they wake me up. But as soon as I woke up, I had what psychologists would call a feeling of impending doom. Because I knew that in about 12 hours, the Yankees were going to face Corbin Burnes. And the last time that we faced Corbin Burnes, he threw 8 no-hit innings with the Brewers. So tonight I was expecting more dominance. And, to be fair, he was fantastic tonight. But one swing of the bat from Oswaldo Cabrera made the difference. But also at the same time, I told you guys last time that Luis Gil pitched, I'm extremely amped on days that he pitches because I feel like he's got future ace potential. And I want to see him take that next step. And tonight was probably the best game he's pitched in his major league career. Forget probably. That was the best game he's pitched in his major league career. It was impressive. So let's go to the highlights real quick.
Let's see that in an instant replay.
And check this one out. Not a ton of highlights. It was a low-scoring game. Early on, Luis Gil getting soft contact. He was, pitching to contact, but efficient. That kept him in the game for a longer time. Here getting a nice easy ground ball and a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. And, he had some deep counts where he had 3 balls, but he always seemed to be able to dial it back in and get the strikes when he needed to. 95 there, beats the runner to the bag. Here's Oswaldo Cabrera, down and in cutter from Burnes, and he hits it just inside the foul pole for a home run. 2-run shot, and that was all the scoring the Yankees needed. Beautiful camera angle right there, showing off beautiful Camden Yards. And Oswaldo, pumped. One of the shortest home runs you're going to see. 352 feet right down the line. The wall is 318 feet. Clay Holmes, fantastic job today. Forget Cardiac Clay. He was just dominant. This might be the best that Clay Holmes has looked as a Yankee as well. So fantastic performance. Yankees get a game. They will not be swept. Frankie says Derek is right. Luis is the real deal. And then Geto Suguru says Clay finally getting some respect. Hey, we got to hand it to Clay Holmes. I mean, he has had some easy innings lately. He's got now 10 saves. Today was a 5-out save. He's got 15 strikeouts in 14 innings, a 0.93 whip. So less than a base runner per inning and a 0 ERA so far. I mean, he's having a hell of a season. 31 years old, going to be a free agent. Be interesting to see what happens to him as the free agency unfolds. But reminder, if you're new, subscribe to the channel. We're here after pretty much every game. Tomorrow, the Yankees have a 1 p.m. game, so it'll be a late afternoon show. I am working during that time, so might not have all the bells and whistles, but I'm going to keep an eye on the game, and when it's over, we're going to go live. Also, we have a morning show that we take caller voicemails for people who watch this and want to call in and be a part of the action. Don't be a ding-a-ling. Give us a ring-a-ling. 718-899-1068. All right, let's dive into some of the fine details from tonight.
Let's get it going.
And get your belt picks in. I think we might have a split decision tonight because we had 2 guys that made a major impact on this game without whom we do not win. So Soto picked up a hit with 1 out in the first inning. That took the no-hitter out of play. But Burnes just after that straight up embarrassed Judge and Stanton with sliders. I figured it was going to be a nightmare for our offense, and for the most part it was. Burnes had 6 innings, 2 runs, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts, 2.61 ERA in the season for Burnes. Not his best strikeout game, but 6 strikeouts. Not the Yankees' worst strikeout game. They did better than I thought they would against him. But his slider was just filthy against right-handed hitters. They just couldn't do much with it. And, he buried it in on some lefties like Rizzo. And, Soto got a couple of hard ones down and in. Volpe had a really tough night against Burns. So Burns, lived up to his reputation. Yankees were aggressive on the bases. I thought they were trying to make things happen. Soto had a couple of stolen bases. He also got thrown out trying to steal third. Questionable decision there. And I didn't think there was much value in going at that point. But at least they're trying to make things happen. I'm not going to beat up on guys for an aggressive move. There was 1 out, so it's not one of those things where you make the first out at third or the last out at third. But, you want to see the guys be aggressive. So I don't hate it. Top 5, Yankees broke through. Infield single from Trevino. Gunnar Henderson kind of slipped. And then Oswaldo Cabrera stepped in. Got out in a nanosecond. Beautiful. Jack Wells says the key for Holmes is that slider. It plays so well with the sinker. We'll talk about him in just a second. Every time that we start to hear DJ LeMahieu's name brought up as coming back, feels like Oswaldo gets a big hit or makes a big play or hits one out of the ballpark. Just the mere thought of, yielding the third base position at this point seems to light a fire under his ass. I like it. But the story tonight, as you guys have brought up repeatedly in the comments, was the phenomenal pitching performance by Luis the Real Deal Heel, who showed the potential of what he can become and what he is in the midst of hopefully becoming. Tonight, as we mentioned, his best start as a professional. 6 1/3 scoreless innings against the best lineup he's ever faced in his life. The command was there, and when he has command and that stuff, which is there pretty much every night, he's pretty much unhittable. He's got ace level potential. He was just tremendous tonight. He was efficient. He had 88 pitches through 6 innings. I wasn't sure if they were going to send him out for the 7th. They did. He walked the first batter of the 7th inning, but then got a fly out to right field, deep fly ball. And after that, they decided it was time to go to Caleb Ferguson, who got out of the inning. But, whatever Matt Blake is working on with Luis Heel is very exciting. This is a damn good lineup that he faced tonight. And he knew very well that he had to pitch well because the guy he was pitching against was going to shut down the Yankees. You just knew it was going to happen. 6 shutout innings before he issued his first walk. So the command has come leaps and bounds from what we saw just a few starts ago. And as I mentioned, a career best 6 1/3 innings pitched, just 2 hits allowed, no runs, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts through 6 games. He's got a 3.19 ERA, 1.17 whip, 40 strikeouts in 32 thirds innings, and he pitched fantastic tonight. Not such an easy outing from Ian Hamilton. He put the first 2 runners on base in the bottom of the 8th, but then Clay Holmes came in, did a really nice job to get out of it with a couple of strikeouts. And then he had a good 9th inning. So Holmes 1 2/3 tonight. 1 hit allowed, no walks, 3 strikeouts. Sinker had a ton of sink, and it was in there at 97, 98 miles an hour. And the Yankees will not be swept. They win this one.
Ball game over. Yankees win.
Violet says Judge needs to eat chicken parm with Volpe tonight. Got people wanting to fire the hitting coach after a win.
You're a winner.
I love the Yankees, man, and I love their fans. Let's try and stay positive tonight. I mean, this is a big win. Great performance from Luis Heel. Got a lot of people saying Luis Heel for the belt for sure. Who's it going to be? What do you guys think? Co-belts. Cabrera and Heel. I couldn't ignore what we did against Corbin Burns. At a time when he shut down the rest of the lineup, Oswaldo Cabrera with 1 big swing of the bat, 2-run homer, just inside the foul pole. And, of course, Luis Heel with the dominant performance. So we're going with co-belts. I hate to do it, but I do it sometimes. And Maurizio Larranaga, with a great point about Holmes, what he's talking about is called tunneling. So pitchers will try and get the baseball. I don't have a baseball near, but they'll try and get the baseball to look exactly the same, coming out of the same spot in their release, no matter what pitch it is, right? So he's got a sinker and he's got a slider. And he throws them from pretty much the same exact spots. And he throws so hard that the hitter has just a fraction of a second to identify what pitch it is. And if they can't do that, then they're screwed. And even if you know what's coming, his stuff is filthy. That sinker was moving like a foot tonight. Did you guys see that at 97? I mean, the closest thing I can think of to that is vintage Kevin Brown. Although Brown, I don't think had as much depth. I mean, I'm talking about Brown before he came to the Yankees, like 98 Brown when he was with the San Diego Padres and pitched against us in the World Series. So, anyway, 20 wins for the Yankees. Hopefully, 1/5 of the wins that they will have at least this year. .625 winning percentage, but they do need to get the offense squared away. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's been a slow series offensively. So obviously shut out in game 1, and then yesterday they got 2 runs, and then today 2 runs. So 4 runs in 3 games after getting 30 runs in 2 games. We're gonna take a look at the box score here in just a second, and we will go through. So Volpe 0 for 4, Soto 1 for 3, Judge 0 for 4, Stanton 0 for 4, Rizzo 0 for 4. A lot of callers tonight. Torres 0 for 3, Grisham 0 for 3, hitting .080. .080! Trevino 1 for 3, Cabrera 2 for 3. I will say this for Grisham. He plays a good outfield. Ferguson, nice job out of the pen in relief. 2/3 of an inning, both strikeouts. ERA is too high for a relief pitcher, though. 4.26, whip 1.26. Both elevated, I think. Hamilton, 1/3 of an inning with a walk. Just was not precise tonight. And then Clay Holmes, they went to him for 5 outs because they needed this win. Treating every game with more urgency this year, at least from a managerial side. You're seeing the Yankees run the same lineups out there over and over again. So let's take a look at Luis Gil's stats. They're showing him at 3.23, but I think that's a little outdated. I had him at 3.19 after his final pitch. But either way, Clay Holmes now 15 games, 14 innings, 15 strikeouts. Phenomenal. Career ERA down to 3.65. Remember how bad it was when he came to the Yankees? I mean, he had ERAs of 6.84, 5.58, and then the year he got traded, it was at 4.93. He comes to the Yankees and almost immediately turned into an elite pitcher. 1.61 ERA, 28 innings. And then year before that, 2.54. Last year, 2.86. Wow, we've had him now 4 years, 3.5 years. So it doesn't seem like that long. Time flies when you're having heart attacks. Anyway. Dave Bonilla says, if Judge returns to old form and Cole comes back 100%, Yankees would finish with the best record in baseball. I think there's more of a chance of Judge returning to form than Garrett Cole being 100%. The elbow injuries worry me, especially with power pitchers, the way these guys spin the ball. You know, you don't develop edema, which is swelling of a joint, without, there being stress on that joint, right? So whatever he's doing was causing stress. The way he's pitching, the delivery, whatever it is, causing stress. Now you just hope that he can make it through the rest of his contract without any significant tear. But a lot of times, swelling and stress on the joint, it's kind of a precursor to a tear. It's a time bomb for sure. The question is, can he get through the contract? We hope he can. We'll see. Remains to be seen. Judge, another tough night. Now hitting 200, bad series. I figured the way he was swinging the bat in Milwaukee and coming to a stadium we mentioned where he's done so well, I figured he was going to do great in this series, but he's had a tough series. The number's well below what you'd expect. He's still got an above average value as a player and as a hitter. Power's been there. Tied for second on the team in home runs with 6. He drove in 18 runs. That's not a bad month. driving 18 runs. That's almost a 100 RBI season. But for Aaron Judge, it's less than what we would expect, especially when you got, Juan Soto in front of you. Looks like we got over 700 in the chat. So let's go back and watch through the highlights one more time in case you missed it. We started right after the game ended. So here's the pitch from heel 96 down the middle, but, sneaks up on you. And so he's able to get the out. And then again, 97 up and away, 98 down in the zone. So the velocity was there. It's always there. He's got what they would call easy gas. He doesn't have to go max effort, and he can still get in there 95, 96, but he can dial it up when he needs to and get it up to 98, 99. We've seen him at triple digits. Here's the home run, 95 down and in, and Cabrera golfs it just over the 318 sign. I believe they said it was 352 feet. So, hey, you'll take it. You will absolutely take it. All right. Robert Ryan says we need Dougie back in the lineup. So, good news on that front. He's flying back tonight, and Aaron Boone thinks he could be in the lineup tomorrow. And you know what that means. Dad power. How many times have we seen guys come back from paternity leave and the first thing they do is hit a home run? I wonder if it's some kind of an unspoken rule. Bryce Harper did it not more than a week ago. This guy's coming back from paternity leave. Let's give him a fastball. And it's just kind of something they expect, His timing's going to be off. Let's give him a fastball. We'll see if the first pitch to Verdugo is a fastball tomorrow down the middle. We'll see. And that'll kind of, let us know. I doubt they'll do it in an interdivisional game like this, but, I feel like there's a little conspiracy there, So many guys getting that instant dad muscles. Or either that, or it's just like, the weight of the world from the intense pregnancy and the weight, and then, you're feeling lighter, you're feeling looser, you're in a good mood. And you go deep. So anyway, I'll be interested to see what Verdugo does tomorrow. So Matt Moreno says AI has got to craft Judge a new toe. Yeah. I don't know that Trout also hit a home run first game back from paternity leave. So that's the one thing that worries me about Judge is that he might have some kind of an injury that he's hiding. This spring training, he dealt with the ab muscle or whatever. But it was so bad that he had an MRI. But we didn't hear anything about the toe other than it needs maintenance, regular maintenance, So last year after he came back from the injury, I've said this a number of times recently. I feel like I'm on a broken record here. 2-3 home run games, and he was basically on a 50 to 60 home run pace after the injury. I was at the game where he hit 3 home runs against the Diamondbacks, and he looked fine. I think his swing is just discombobulated. I think he's chasing too many sliders away. I think he needs to work on recognizing that pitch. He's hitting a lot of ground balls, a lot of choppers. So there's something with the swing path. I feel like when you're early, you can hit ground balls, and when you're late, you hit pop-ups. I feel like it's been a long time since I've played competitive baseball against any kind of decent fastball, but I feel like that's what I felt. Isaiah Lorenzo with the super chat says, hear me out. Soto would be great in the leadoff spot, Volpe 2 and Judge 3, Dougie cleaned up, Soto patient, chance to give you a home run and the OPS. I've seen that suggested a few times. We had a caller that said that the other day. Problem is, if you move, it's not broken right now, right? Soto's hitting 325. He's got a 1.014 OPS in the number 2 spot. Ideally, having somebody with 1,000 OPS in front of Aaron Judge, who's walking at a 40% clip, or he's got a 430 on base percentage or something like that, in front of Aaron Judge, honestly, should be ideal. Should be the ideal scenario for the Yankees. Look, just got to get Judge going. That's all it is. That's all we need. And hopefully now that the calendar has switched over to May, it's starting to heat up. Hopefully, we're approaching that situation. Let's see here. Canyon Tadlock says, I hit the baseball. That's how I support my family. Richard C. says, Judge has no protection. Pretty soon he'll be on the the dad list, huh?
I'll be over here, like, winning.
All right, guys. Let's go ahead and take a few more questions.
I gotta get out of here!
You gotta go, you
The
gotta
Panther 25, yep. Somebody's got to show up to help judge. 100% agree.
Game over, man. Game over.
And Calvin Bonilla says, I'm calling it. Dougie's going to come back tomorrow on fire. We'll see. We're going to find out in about, 15 hours? It's a 1 o'clock game, so tune in. And I'll be here for the post game. As always, call in 718-899-1068. Support the show, NYYRecaps.shop. That's where we sell all the merch. We got, all sorts of good stuff. Mugs, hats, T-shirts, hoodies, coasters. Got some posters for the show. Got some original artwork, that type of thing. And subscribe. If you're new, go ahead and subscribe. If you're here and you're just watching because it's in your feed and you've watched a few times and maybe haven't subscribed yet, just go ahead and give us a sub. Give us a sub. We're closing in on 40,000 subscribers, but we need your help to get there. Literally cannot get there without you folks. So go ahead and help us out. And ladies and gentlemen, I will see you tomorrow. Yankees win this one.